मित्रांनो, आज आपलं आमच्या चॅनलवरती अतिशय मनापासून स्वागत करत आहे. प्रतलीय निर्देशक भूमिती इयत्ता 10वी कोऑर्डिनेट जॉमेट्री आपण ते कंटिन्यू करत आहोत. यूज ऑफ सेक्शन अँड मिडपॉइंट फॉर्म्युला. सेक्शन फॉर्म्युला आणि मिडपॉइंट फॉर्म्युला, रेषाखंडाचं अंतर्विभाजनाचं सूत्र आणि रेषाखंडाच्या मध्यबिंदूचं सूत्र याचा एकत्र वापर आणि त्याचा फायदा बघायचा आहे आपल्याला. आपण एक एक्झाम्पल बघूया. 3 points are given A, B, C. They are non-collinear points. Vertices of triangle. Coordinates are given. So the first question we prepare, what is the midpoint? It is D there. Let us find out. Let us calculate the coordinates of D point. We have to remember the formula. What is that formula there? Midpoint formula. You know that x1 plus x2. So we can use that formula, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. And what is the value of x1? 2 plus x2 is 8 upon 2. You know that 2 plus 8 is 10. So what is the final answer? 5. So you are getting the midpoint D and its x coordinate is 5. Similarly, calculate y coordinate of D point. D is midpoint, so use y1 plus y2 upon 2. Substitute the values. See that this is your y1, this is your y2. Minus 2 plus 5 divided by 2. So you can say that 5 minus 2 is 3. So it is 3 upon 2. So we are getting the coordinates of D by using midpoint formula. After that, we know that A is the vertex, D is the midpoint, then the segment joining the segment vertex and its opposite midpoint is called the median. So AD is the median. Remember that this is median, and we remember all medians are congruent, and that point of congruence is known as centroid. त्रिकोणाचे सर्व मध्यका, त्रिकोणाच्या सर्व मध्यका एक संपाती असतात आणि त्या संपात बिंदूला आपण गुरुत्व मध्य म्हणतो. आपण तो G न दाखवायचा. G न. Remember that the property of G. What is the property of G there? G divides the median in the ratio. Remember that very important property. 2:1. G divides the median in the ratio 2:1. 2:1. So you can see that if this is G, you can see that this is 2:1. G is the centroid. All medians are congruent. Remember that property. Now, next point, to calculate the G, we have to calculate the coordinates of G there. Let us consider AD segment. AD is the segment there. Coordinates of A are already given. Coordinates of D are calculated there. So G divides the segment in the ratio 2:1. So this is your x1, y1, and this is your second point, so it will be x2, y2. And to calculate the coordinates of G, आपल्याला G चे कोऑर्डिनेट शोधण्यासाठी अंतर्विभाजनाचं सूत्र सेक्शन फॉर्म्युला वापरायचा आहे. आणि तो सेक्शन फॉर्म्युला आपण असा वापरायचा. कसं ठरलंय? mx2 म्हणजे 2 into 5. 2 into 5 n into x1, n into x1, 1 is there into x1 minus 7. So what is that? 5 2s are 10 minus 7. You can see that 10 minus 7 is 3. So what is the value there? It is 1. So you are getting the x coordinate of z there. Of course it is, what is that? Centroid there. Similarly, we can use the section formula. Remember, ny2 plus ny1 upon m plus n. Z centroid, y coordinate. Substitute values properly. 2 into y2. So you can substitute 2 into y2 is 3 by 2 plus 1 into what is that? This is y1 6 divided by 2 plus 1. You know that 2 plus 1 is 3, and when you multiply 2 into 3 by 2, it is 3. 6 into 1 is 6. So what is that? 9 upon 3, it is 3. So we are getting the coordinates of z, which is the centroid. It is the point of concurrence of all medians. So what are the coordinates of centroid? We are getting 1 3. For interesting, let us have the observation. You are getting x coordinate of z1 and y coordinate of z3. But if you add like this is your x1 plus x2. This is your x3 plus x3. So what is that? 2 plus 8, 10 minus 7, 3 upon 3. We are getting directly x coordinate of z. And similarly, if you observe y coordinates, what are the y coordinates? This is y1, this is y2, this is x2, and this is y3. You can add y1 6 minus 2. What is that? 4 plus 5 9. You are getting 9 total, and 9 divided by 3, you are finding 3 there. So this is by observation. We can calculate centroid by adding x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3 and y coordinate y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Now let us see how that formula can be derived. आपल्याला तो सिद्ध करता येतो का ते बघूया. आपण ए बी सी ट्रायंगल कन्सिडर करूया. ए चे कोऑर्डिनेट्स x1 y1 आहे, बी चे कोऑर्डिनेट्स x2 y2 आहे, सी चे कोऑर्डिनेट्स x3 y3 आहे. Let us find out the midpoint of segment BC. So you can see that D is the midpoint of segment BC. So how to calculate? You know that method. Sum of the x coordinate. What is that? x2 plus x3 upon 2. This is midpoint formula. Second, y coordinate. What are the y coordinates? y2 and y3 divided by 2. So these are the coordinates of D point. These are the coordinates of D point. And if you consider that AD median, AD is the median and Z divides the median in the ratio 2:1. For our understanding, we can draw the segment there. AD and Z is dividing the segment in the ratio 2:1. We know the formula. What is that formula? M into x2. M into x2. M is 2 here. This is your m value. This is your n value. By using the section formula, first we use the midpoint formula here. Now we are calculating the coordinates of z by using section formula. So m into x2. This is your second point D. So what is the value there? x2 plus x3 upon 2 and 1 into x1. Very interesting. Divided by 2 plus 3, and if you take the product here, cancellation is there. see that properly. 1 into x1, it is x1 plus x2 plus x3. So we are finding very interesting result, x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3. This is your x coordinate of G. Similarly, let us calculate y coordinate of G. गुरुत्व मध्याचा y निर्देशक शोधायचा प्रयत्न करूया. my2. So y coordinate is y2 plus y3 upon 2 plus 1 into y1. Similarly, you can see that cancellation is there, and what is the addition? y1 plus y2 plus y3. So you are getting y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So you are finding the z centroid of any triangle by simple formula. What is that simple formula? You can remember the simple formula to calculate centroid. To calculate centroid, use this formula: x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3. This is your x coordinate. And what about y coordinate of that point? y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. So very interesting, very important formula for you. Any triangle given, you can calculate centroid by using very simple formula: x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, that is x coordinate of G, y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3, that is y coordinate of G. आपल्याला सेक्शन फॉर्म्युला आणि मिडपॉइंट फॉर्म्युला याचा वापर करून सेंट्रॉइडचा फॉर्म्युला अंडरस्टँडिंग करण्याचा प्रयत्न आपण केलेला आहे. याचा पुन्हा पुन्हा आपण वापर करूया. आपल्याला हे व्हिडिओ आवडत असतीलच, हे आपण लाईक करा, आमचं चॅनल सबस्क्राईब करा आणि हे व्हिडिओ आपल्या मित्रांच्या मध्ये शेअर करा. धन्यवाद.